So spring has sprung and we started going to some of the vintage shows that have been going on. We went to the Thruxton Yesteryear's Vintage and Classic show the other day, and then that was followed by the Basingstoke Transport Festival, which we took Gladstone along to. It's a nice little show. And as always, was poking around the Autojumble stores and was sort of picking up a few items. So at Thruxton, picked up this Hella fog lamp that just sort of took my fancy. Not quite sure what period it is. I reckon, don't know, 40s, 50s, no later than that I don't think. Originally chrome on the back, but most of that has disappeared. But I thought it would look rather fetching as a Cyclops light on the Riley, because I've got a few badges to put on as well that I've never got round to putting on yet. There we go. Got those two to put back on. They were on my 1927 Chevrolet, but it'd be nice to put them on the Riley. So I've just got to come up with a badge stroke light bar arrangement to pop them on. But yeah, it's quite taken by that. And still got its original bulb in by the look of it. And as a bonus, there we go. Works perfectly. Yeah, rather fetching. So that was a £5 bargain. And the plan will be to get rid of the remaining chrome on the back and paint that black. Leave the front as it is. It will sort of match in with the patina of the rest of the Riley, but also carry out a repair on the mounting bracket there. So yeah, there's that to do. So there was that. Then the next item I purchased on another stall was this Wesco upright oil can. All functions as it should. Gave it a little clean, degreased it a bit. And it's now got my cutting fluid oil in that, ready to go by the lathe. And what I did do, I don't know, we'll probably get oil all over the place. No, you can't see, the oil's too dark. I just dropped a couple of little magnets down in the bottom, and it just makes it a bit more stable when you put it on a metal surface. I mean, it wouldn't stop it falling over, but just makes it a little bit more planted when you sit it down on top of the lathe. And that was £4. Can't even buy a new one for that. Pleased with those two. So that was the festival at Thruxton. Nice little event. You can get round it in an hour. Selection of tractors, classic cars, classic motorcycles, and a few traction engines, steamrollers there. So that was a good event. And then the Transport Festival, which was a success because we got Gladstone there. Picked up this very nice little motorcyclist or cyclist grease pump, grease gun, which does work. The way it works, it's got a little rod in there. There's a cork seal at the top with a hole through it. I think you pack the grease in and then pop that seal on top. Not sure whether there's a washer, whether there should be a washer sitting on top of that may have got lost. But that's all right. I'll turn a nylon one up to go in there. That's just a topping washer. And then a spring in the lid, and then a rod goes into here and acts as a piston and pumps out the grease out of there. And I think then you get suction that pulls that seal down, forcing the grease back towards the piston again. I think that's how it works. Anyway, very nice to Kelamet, who make the brake rollers, garage equipment. Not sure if they're still going, but yeah, that was that. And then it's a very nice pair of circlip pliers that grabs my attention. They've got this gear on them between the two arms, geared like that. So they've got a nice action, nice sprung action. And also you can push the, I think if the pins wear out, you can push a bit more pin out to make them as good as new again. So yeah, really nice pair of circlip pliers. they've come in handy already when taking this lamp apart. Let me show you. See if I can show you the original bulb. Remove the screw. And then normally with these lamps you end up jamming a screwdriver between the shell and the rim and damaging it all. But you've got these two holes here and you can just pop those in there like that. And pop it off like that. Brilliant. And when we have a look in, there you go, there's the back of it. Reflector's a little bit rusty on the back, but okay on the inside, but all adds to the character of the car. I've rewired it a bit. This wire was hanging out the back. I've put it onto the ground terminal there. And then that lifts off like that. And the whole lot pops out to reveal very nice curly filament bulb in there. It's still perfectly functional. Whose is it? Neon, made in Germany. So any light bulb experts out there, tell me how old that is. That'll be good. Yeah, it just pops back in there, pops in there like that. So, yeah, I don't know whether this is pre-war or just after the war, but that typeface, that German typeface on there, looks of that sort of period. I think definitely a German Hella lamp, not a later, cheaper, nasty one that we used to get in the 70s and 80s. So, dual purpose pliers there. Really pleased with those. So that was those, and then the last thing was a mystery box. We all like a mystery box. Priority marking punches, made in England, trademark. So complete set of number and letter punches. Really nice. I've just run them over the wire brush just to clean out all the years of muck on them. So we've got all your letter ones there through to Z, and a ampersand and symbol, and then your number ones there from 1 through to 0. Yeah, really nice little punches. I've got the size on there, they're 332s I think. Yeah, Prior Sheffield. And then if I get you really close, you can see that these haven't been punched or stamped out like the cheaper ones. Let me find some cheaper ones. There you go. Usual Amazon set. I mean, they do the job. But if you compare the two, these are stamped or moulded and then hardened. But all these ones, the letters are actually ground out. I mean, that must take some bloody patience. So that's an X, which is sort of easy enough to grind. But there you've got a U, ground on the sides, round, and then up through the middle. Ground in the middle as well. Got your S there. Yeah, amazing things. And they work really nicely. There you go, nice little letter N on the aluminium. And it doesn't seem to swell the sides out. Let's try one of these. One of them. Yeah, there's the difference. Not too bad, but yeah, they're not very clean. Not as clean as these smaller ones. So very pleased with those. And yeah, paid £20 for them, but worth it all day long. Yeah, let's not lose them before we even get started with them. There you go, just a little short video of some items purchased from a couple of Autojumbles, and I'm sure there'll be some more throughout the summer.